All right, folks. Now that we have installed Screencastify into our browser, now we're ready to start recording our screen. So you know that last time we talked about how we have this little guy up here. Whenever we want to start recording, we have to do some setting stuff first. So we're going to click this, and it's going to ask us, number one, where do we want to store our recordings? Now, we want to stick with the Google Drive option for two reasons. Number one, it won't save on your hard drive. So like, especially if you have students using this, but even for you, for your convenience, you'll want to save your stuff onto the cloud so it's accessible everywhere. You have unlimited storage, so you don't have to worry about your Chromebooks getting loaded up with a bunch of files and you have to go out and delete them all the time. You also have unlimited storage on your Google Drive account since you have Google Apps for Education, so that makes it very convenient for you to use Google Drive to store your stuff. So we're just going to go ahead and keep it with Google Drive. Next, since we're going to use Google Drive, if you don't want to use Google Drive, you don't have to sign in, but since we're going to use our Drive account, we do need to sign in. We don't have to create an account, we just have to log in with our Google account. So we'll click sign in, and then we'll click our account name. The next thing that we'll want to do here is set up tab recording. Tab recording is actually a nice feature because it will allow you to flip around through tabs but only record one of them in your browser. Screencastify will allow you to record your entire desktop, but you can also just record a single tab, which could be kind of nice. So we'll just go ahead and set up tab recording, and we will allow that. Alright, so once you get through all that, it will come up with a little getting started video. We're actually going to not do that. We're going to close out of here. You can watch it if you want, of course. Alright, so that's just a little bit about how you get basically set up with the recording. Now what we'll do is we will discuss what the actual functions of recording stuff. So one thing I always do is I record like a slides presentation like you're seeing right here. The reason I do that is there's a lot of different stuff you can do with when you record your slides. For example, you can have your students create an animated video and do like record like voice narration and stuff over it while they're talking. You can record a lesson that you want to use and maybe have your kids work on it asynchronously on their own. They can work on it at home. Or maybe you have a sub the next day and you just want to record your lesson so the sub can maybe go through it and not have to be like the content expert that you are, but they can still facilitate your lesson with you doing the bulk of the instruction. So that's why I like to use slides with these a lot. But I will say anything that you put on your desktop, you can record with Screencastify. So you're not limited to just slides. It's just how I'm going to show it to you today. Alright, so here's how we can get started with the basics of recording. We're going to go and hit this little film button up here. And you have some options for what you want to record. You have the tab, first of all. Tab recording is where we will just record one tab that we have set up. Even if you flip the other tabs, it will record. Just so you are aware, it will be default to record your microphone. You don't even need to pick that, but I always just make sure I select built-in microphone to make sure it's recording. Next thing is tab audio. So if you open up an app and you have like an interactive thing where there's sound or music playing, it will actually record the system audio if you record the tab audio. The reason that that's not set by default is because if you have the microphone and the tab audio playing, it will basically record it twice and it will sound kind of messy whenever you record it since your speakers on your system will be playing it at the same time. Down here for video, we have embed webcam, and you can actually pick your camera and tell it where you want it to be located on the screen, and this way you'll get a nice little picture of your face while you're recording. That's helpful with some students who, maybe there's more accountability if they know that it's you. You don't have to do that. I always like to do that. I always add those things to my recorded lessons, just because I like to have the illusion that I'm there even if I can't be there. So that's tab. The next one is desktop. The functions are about the same. You can record with your microphone. You can embed your webcam. And then finally, you can just straight up record with your camera. So this would be great if you don't necessarily want to do a screen record, but you want kids to record simple videos with their Chromebooks, you can have them record directly from their camera, and then they'll get a video of themselves. So that's basically an overview of the different types of recording that you can do. In our next session, we will discuss actually getting down and dirty with some real recordings.